Oh shit!
Did you just now press record? Oh my god!
I could have used all of that.
Dude,
This is what happens when I give Ryan too many responsibilities.
Why so you give me too much? It's like my mom, and she's like, just take out the trash, you'll be okay. It's only responsibility you
Fucking
have.
breaks his ankle on the way to the dumpster. What the fuck happened?
I got that. I just that shit one time. It was dark. Okay, I was scared. There was a
Flashlight on your phone,
no,
dumbass.
I'll drop my phone.
dude,
There's
why
a
are
fox
you giving
where
him
you live.
so much power?
I don't know.
With great power comes great responsibility. He has
And I have
no
none.
responsibility.
Pretty much kissing that thing.
I would, and I'll suck it.
What's going on, everybody? Gambling Gamers here with episode 11 of Views Beyond the News. And today we're going to start talking kind of along the lines of mobile gaming, as it has been announced by Respawn and EA that they are attempting to make Apex Legends mobily available.
Boo!
Cop-outs.
I don't give a shit.
Why?
Fuck it.
Dude, I don't
Because I disagree with both of you, but...
Why?
Well, I mean,
Why
like,
did you disagree?
Do you how many of you guys really play mobile games?
I don't even have a mobile game on my phone.
Well, here's
I
the
used
thing.
to. I used to get drunk and spend hundreds of dollars.
Quite a few
on
mobile games are bullshit because they just require you to purchase shit
Pay
and
to
game
win.
it
Yeah,
better.
they're all pay to win.
Yeah, 99% of them are pay to win.
But things like Fortnite and PUBG, they're true to what the console already is, so there's not really a problem with it. It's a matter of, will you actually play the game on your phone? Probably not.
I downloaded Fortnite on my phone like a year ago, and you know how many times I played it?
Once.
Like
Once, and then
you
I
won
never
one
went.
time.
I never went back on it. I was like, this is stupid.
That's exactly what happened.
Well, I
to
mean,
me.
I won 3 games of PUBG Mobile and then deleted it. I was like, this is too fucking easy.
Yeah, it's easy as hell. You're just like, no, I don't need to do this.
Look, I swear some of those were bots.
No, they were.
Maybe.
They were.
I was
when
like, I
PUBG
saw a
Mobile
video-
came out, it was definitely
Yeah.
90% of the players were bots.
I was like, I know I saw someone and it was like, this dude was shooting in the air and I was like, no one's that dumb to be doing that. Come on now.
I was for a little bit.
Well, I remember working at the cleaners. There was one day I came in, clocked into my shift, and Tristan was supposed to clock out, and he couldn't leave because he was helping customers because me and Bryce got in a game together. We were trying to finish our PUBG game as quickly as possible. So Tristan was helping people in the drive-thru and the front, while me and Bryce were like, come on, we got to finish our fucking customers here. I think
Damn it.
when you get into mobile gaming, clearly that's an entire new market for you to try to make money on, and people are stupid enough to
I was
buy
gonna say,
shit
I was
on
like,
it.
some dumbasses.
People will be buying shit on that for that mobile game to play it 10 times.
Well, it's the kids
Well-
that have like the iPads that don't have their parents like take their console.
Or drunk idiots like me.
But I think it comes down to
I've
how...
gotten wasted and bought like $100 for something on a mobile game, and I got a text like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "You spent $100 in Apple," and I was like, "No, I didn't." And I looked at the receipt, and I was like,
Oh, I did spend $100.
"Wow, all my characters are cool now. This is kind of cool."
Well, see, I think that's the problem with the mobile game market is it's all about microtransactions. It's all about pay to win. Like, I was reading the other day, like, Candy Crush had, like, this luscious bundle pack that's $150.
Dude, my mom
That
bought
just,
20
like, amps
lives.
all your shit.
My mom goes, "Oh my, 20 lives for $19? That's a steal." I was like, "You're saving a fucking dollar. It's $1 a fucking life, Mom." She goes, "No, it says $19." I was
Like,
like,
do the math.
"It's like you're dumb. They're giving you one free, pretty much."
I think it definitely comes down to how they choose
They
to
don't
do
mean
it.
anything. They're just giving it like that's. It's just
Well,
in-game currency.
It depends on what their microtransactions are, because right now on console, Apex just has the season pass basically. Outside of the coins you can buy to like buy new characters when they come out if you don't want to earn them.
Yeah, but it's all cosmetics.
Yeah. So I mean, if they keep that aspect true to what they've already done on console, I think it'll probably have a decent launch. I mean, it won't be worse than Anthem's launch. So
Oh, did you hear that BioWare's probably not going to make another game?
Thank God.
They're probably done making games.
I don't believe that because they've been working on Dragon Age 5 has been canceled twice now and reopened by EA. So I don't believe that because Dragon Age is one of their most popular franchises, right next to Mass
I know.
Effect.
There's a pretty good chance they're going to stop releasing.
They need to
games.
stop making
They're
Mass
going to
Effect
stop
2.
making games pretty soon.
Why don't they just like end their partnership with EA? Because I feel like
Well,
that's what's fucking them.
You heard what EA plans to do about their launches in the future because of what happened with Anthem. They want to revert back to soft launches to where they have smaller betas and they basically tell you the game's not finished, they won't lie to you, and instead they'll give you the product with a guarantee of completing it over time instead of the clusterfuck launch that Anthem was.
Why did they just do it in the fucking first place?
Well, because the video game industry, the way it's progressed, which sucks, because the way they used to do it was terrific. The company would announce a game.
You got a
and-
complete game.
No. There would be a closed beta. You could sign up for the beta.
Oh, yeah,
Only
I
a
remember.
handful of people would get in, and you would try it. They'd get feedback, and then after the beta closed, it'd be another several months till the game was released because they fixed everything that people found wrong in the beta. Now they're not even giving the chance for a beta. They're just straight up giving you a half-completed piece of shit and being like, "We'll complete it in due time."
But you know what the problem is with that though? Is like E3 is gonna lose a lot of.
Well, I mean, you heard that Sony's not going to be at E3 this year.
Yeah.
Sony's already announced that they have no
They don't have
chance of being
desire.
at E3, and then
Yeah.
like Gamescom, Blizzard's not going to be there, and it's the
knew
biggest
that.
stage for Blizzard to show off everything
They've
they
always
got,
been there.
and Blizzard's skipping it this year. That's crazy.
Don't take away our video games, please.
I mean, the video game industry, no matter how big and booming it really is, it's kind of on the downfall right now because every company's fucking up. Bethesda, EA, Activision.
Yeah, but there's never going to be a time where everybody's going to be like, you know what? Fuck video games.
Well-
and no one...
Well, I think it's also because the market is so huge right now,
It's
so they're
so
trying to do
saturated.
anything they can to like stand out and make more money.
Like, it's
even
so
if it
saturated.
requires like them losing their fan base.
Like, how many major companies can you, like, name?
Quite a bit.
Off the top of my head, I mean, probably 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
And how many, like, compared to fast food, how many...
There's a shit ton of fast food. I don't know where you're going with this.
I don't know where you're going with this.
Well, like the fast food thing, it's saturated a bunch of things, but they figured it out. Video games haven't figured it out. It's saturated, but they're all fucking up.
They had a system that worked, and they kind of fucked it up. But there's no way to revert back to the old system because it's kind of like you're saying. There's so much demand. Like gamers want more. After 2 years, I hate comparing League of Legends because I fucking hate League right now. But if you compare it to something like
great.
League, the game seems like it'll never die, and it seems like
Game
even
will be
if they
10 years
even
old
if
in
they
October.
fuck it up, they'll end up correcting themselves. But
of
it's
patch
gotten
notes.
to a point where after 2 years, the consumer wants a new game. I mean, Red Dead came out, everyone beat the story, and then a couple months after you beat the Red Dead story, you're talking about, oh, where's GTA 6? I heard they're working on the next Bully game. You're automatically looking to the future for the next big project because the excitement only lasts for a little while, and then you instantly want something new.
I think one of the only... There's only, like, a few long-term games that have been successful. The only two I can think of is World of Warcraft and League.
And Dota.
Dota's
still alive?
Dota 2 is more popular than League.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Which is crazy.
Because
StarCraft too.
Because
StarCraft, yeah.
League started off as basically a copy of Dota,
CS:GO.
and then it just evolved into what it
Yeah,
is now.
CSGO is still pretty big too.
CS:GO's like coming back though. It's kind of weird.
It did disappear for a while.
Yeah, we're
It was
getting bigger
completely dead
tournaments.
for a while.
They're adding all these skirmishes. That's the
I feel like
thing.
Smite is dying too again.
I believe that. The new gods are kind of cool, though.
The new gods are pretty cool.
I know that one of the new gods has, like, a rise ability. They can teleport their entire team.
Yeah.
It's kind of
But see, the problem though,
Except
with,
it does
like,
damage. It makes you go up in the air and you come down. It does like 500
problem
damage.
games with like League and like CS:GO and all those. They have pro teams. Like they
Well, yeah,
they
I mean,
compete
that-
for the
Because if you're gonna watch a pro player play a game, it's gonna make you want to play the game.
Yeah,
more,
exactly.
'cause
It's set and...
I think it depends on who you are. I don't like watching pro play. I don't.
I
It bores
love
me.
watching
It
pro
bores
play,
the
dude.
shit out of me.
I love watching...
Because you could compare that to Overwatch too. Overwatch has a pro league, and still a bunch of people play Overwatch.
Well, yeah, it's crazy
I
because
watch the
when
pro-
they're streaming
pro
like the
Overwatch.
Overwatch Pro Leagues and they're streaming the championship and shit, Overwatch skyrockets to the number one thing watched on Twitch
Yeah.
because there's one channel, like the actual channel streaming the playoffs and shit, and there's like 400,000 people watching. You're like, God damn!
It's like everyone stops playing Overwatch just to
Dude,
watch.
yeah,
You know
I was
how
like that's
cool
the same
it
thing with
would be?
CS:GO.
You know how cool it would be to like be a pro gamer and like how many like an average NFL game? I wonder how many like NBA game. I wonder how many viewers it gets.
I don't know. But that's why.
I mean,
that's why-
stadiums fit at least 100,000 people.
Yeah.
And you probably got like a million
But
people
Hollywood-
watching on TV. I don't know.
That and all the people willing to pay for the channels of the game.
It depends how big the game is, I
And then
guess.
on esports, they fill those stadiums more because they shrink the stadium because there's not all you need.
You
Is
don't. You need like a big TV to watch the game.
Well,
that's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Well,
and then there's other people watching. I wonder how many people watch esports.
Well, it's crazy because there's a shitload of people who watch video games, but then the other day I was on Twitch and there was a channel with over 100,000 viewers. They were playing the traditional Pokemon card battle game. They
Yeah.
were having the tournament live on Twitch, and there was like 100,000 people watching these people shuffle their deck of cards like they're playing poker and start laying shit out. I was like, I've never played Pokemon, but this looks kind of badass. I collected Pokemon cards, but I
That's
was never.
about it.
I was
I
into
never battled. No, I just kept them to like.
Well, when we
I put
did
them
that-
in like this little card folder thing. It was like a little
The
see-through
little binder
thing.
with the things
and
in
you
it.
could like I just sit there and like show them to my brother. Like, look, bro, I got Pikachu,
No,
Raichu.
remember when we used to battle and,
Dude,
and
you know
like
some Yu-Gi-Oh cards are worth like hundreds of dollars if you can find them.
Yeah,
I have a
shit
black
ton.
box that was completely filled them, and I locked them in there. And I lost the key, and that black box is still downstairs. But there's like 1,000 Yu-Gi-Oh cards in it.
I have like
In-
4 binders of Yu-Gi-Oh
Dude,
cards
dude,
like that
in,
too.
like in the plastic sheets, so they're gonna be like perfect.
Yeah,
and
mine
they're
are all
probably
perfect.
those things are over 10 years old, like 12 years old.
I used
now.
to have like 2 of those binders full of Pokemon cards and one garage sale. I sold them to Katie for $15.
Like, well, okay.
I was like, I ain't
Sold
gonna
it
use
to
them.
your
Here you go.
sister.
She wanted them. I was just like, honestly, they were just sitting there, and Katie's like, I'll give you like $10 for it. I was like,
50.
what if I give you the second one? She was 15. I was like, here you go.
the problem is I can't sell mine because my aunt, when she went to Japan, she brought back the Pocket Monsters before it was called Pokemon, like the original, like Pikachu in Japanese. So I have a bunch of those in Japanese, and I'm like, those are not going anywhere. Those are staying in the box.
Dude, I would like frame them and like just
Yeah,
put
they
them,
are
like,
framed. I have,
you,
like-
like put them in like on one big poster frame and just like hang it up on your
I
wall.
have Mew,
That'd be pretty cool.
Ho-Ho, and Pikachu all framed in my room.
Do you know how
that are just
valuable
sitting
old
there.
toys are?
Oh yeah,
Shit,
people like
stupidly
people
valuable.
are willing to
If
spend
you
so
can
much
have
money
it
on childhood
in the
memories.
box, unopened, like I think the
Okay,
most
what kid did
expensive-
not like grab the box and rip it open and
it's
play
smart
with
fucking
it?
kid.
My mom
Some-
didn't make. My mom didn't.
It
Some
kind of
parents
reminds
bought their
me.
kids 2, and they gave them the toy, and then they put the other one on the shelf.
Well, it kind
parents
of
were not
reminds
that
me of the 40-year-old virgin when he's packing up his action figures and they're like selling them for thousands of dollars on eBay.
Well, my uncle that lives in San Antonio, he has the very first Star Destroyer. Hello, the Death Star from Star Wars, like the old Lego one. Yeah, that's worth a lot. He got it appraised. It goes for, I think you said 50,000 because it hasn't been opened.
There's toys that are hundreds of thousands
Yeah.
of dollars.
I was
They're
like,
worth hundreds of
holy
thousands.
shit.
There's an RC car that has Kiss on it. It's a Kiss van, and it's worth like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I mean, like the shiny,
insane.
the shiny Pokemon cards, like shiny Charizard and shit, go
Dude.
for like $1,000 a
Dude,
card.
Hot Wheels are insane.
Oh, we have a shitload.
I'll tell you
That's
what.
shit ton.
I'll tell you
We,
what. Hot
we,
Wheels
we
are.
have shitloads of Hot Wheels at home, still in the package.
Yeah,
Dude,
it was like if you have any
Hot
of the
Wheels are nuts.
Fast and the Furious Hot Wheels, don't sell it. Don't even touch
I feel
it.
bad
Like,
for my dad because my dad had Hot Wheels. Each of them had a Kiss character on them, and you could pop the hood on them. You could take every apart and like mix the cars. Me and my brother did that and lost all the parts when we were little.
Nice. What do you got?
Well, like my parents, what they did was they like aimed to collect all the Hot Wheels the year I was born, 1998. There's like a box in the back of my closet that's just filled with unopened Hot Wheels cars.
Oh shit,
Yeah,
that's badass.
I think they tried to get like the collections that year and like complete the collections. I don't know how many are back there, but there's a shitload.
That's like my N64 that my mom bought me. That has the Pikachu, and she was like,
That's
she was like,
not, I thought you were talking about a gun. I was like, hold on, wait a second.
it's an N64.
Were you trying to collect every gun gun model made that year?
My mom goes, "Don't you open that box." I was like, "Why?" She goes, "It's the last one at Toys R Us, and it ain't gonna get open." So she was like, "Here's, play with this one. This one's the pink one." I was like, "I bet."
I'm gonna play with that sissy shit.
Yeah, and I was like, "I really want to
Really?
open up the Pikachu one."
He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, I got all the Game Boy colors, dude. I was flexing back in the day.
You only need one fucking Game Boy.
No,
Yeah, but I had all the Game Boy colors.
I had like 3.
I had 2. I had the original like
I had
flat
I
gray
had that
Game Boy,
one, yeah.
and then I had one flip Game Boy Red.
Yeah,
that was
that
it.
one
That's
too.
all I ever
I
had.
had all
I had
the
3
Game Boy
flip
colors. I had a blue.
I had a red, blue, and a gray one.
I had
Silver.
a blue.
I just
flip
had the
one,
silver one,
and then the
that
silver
flat one. The purple one.
Yeah.
Mine was purple though, not gray.
Well, that was back when video games were simple too.
Yeah.
I only
Seriously,
played. I only played
used to play
Pokemon.
on that Game
Yeah, I
Boy
only
for-
had Pokemon on mine. So.
How could that little thing hold my attention for like hours in a day? Like I couldn't play Dig Dug for 3 hours now, but I could play it when I was little. I got to level like 100 and something in one go. I played Galaga, dude. That's the only game I had for that. I had some Pokemon games, but I didn't know how to play them.
Well, like
I was like, fuck it, I'll stick with this thing. Dig
it's also
Dug it is and
crazy
Galaga.
How shitty that technology was, because like the gray one, like the long one, it didn't have a light on the screen, so they sold an attack
Oh,
you
so
could
they-
plug
yeah,
into
Yeah,
the
you had
top
to plug
and
it
would
into the top and highlight your screen so you
Remember-
could see it. I had that.
Did you
and
ever-
I'd like put my cover over my head and sit there like this.
Did you
my
ever
mom
play
would like
Pokemon with
bang
anybody?
on the door like, "Hey, get out!" I'm like, "Oh shit!" I like had to like hide under
Dude,
my
that was
stuff.
the
Like,
worst thing.
Pokemon Master.
Because you could always know if they're the flip ones, because if you flipped really fast, it made a click and then a pop, and so you were just like, shit. And so
And every time you turn it on, it goes.
Yeah.
Dude, like every time I close it, I would stick my hand in it. So it would make the
Yeah,
flop.
so like-
But you'd stick your hand in and slide it out, but you just do the click. And sometimes my dad walk in like, I heard that click, and be like,
You hear shit.
I remember my mom got so
Sorry.
mad she would take it away at like 10 o'clock every night. I'm like, go to bed. I'm like, fuck.
there was one time my family thought I died at Possum Kingdom because I snuck my Game Boy on a like family trip, and so I snuck out of the cabin and went in the car and played it in the car, and I fell asleep in the back of the car for like 3 hours, and no one knew where I was, and my family legitimately was like 20 minutes away from calling the police. They thought I drowned, and then someone went in the back of the car and was like, I'm gonna murder you myself now. And I'm pretty sure my dad was really pissed. So was G, but everyone was like, we thought you were dead, and I was like, I was just sleeping in the back of the car.
Do you remember the transfers that you could use to
The transfer cables.
the transfer to
Yeah.
trade Pokemon? I'll never forget. I didn't have one, but Felipe did, and he goes, "You want to trade Pokemon?" I was like, "We can't. We don't have the thing." He goes, "Bruh, got it for Christmas," and I was like,
Dude, I feel that. I remember the first time I ever used a transfer cable is back when I would spend like every weekend at Forrest's house on Friday. He'd come over Saturday and shit. And I was at the bank with Forrest and his mom, and we were sitting there while his mom was doing something at the front counter, and we had our Game Boys connected, just like, dude, what? Trade me that Graveler, dude. I want to get a Golem real
Yeah.
quick. Trying to trade them back.
Well, Felipe
and forth.
was like,
Well, do you
yeah.
remember when they like switched games to where like you can only catch specific Pokemon in red and
Yeah.
like Blake would have blue and I would have red, and I remember he was so little that I would just like wait for him to go take a nap, sit there just trade Pokemon myself. And
That's
like,
messed up.
That's fucking
Well, that's why I had all the Pokemon games.
wait, I wouldn't take his best one.
Because when I found
obviously.
out about, when my mom found out about that, she was like, "Here, go catch the rest on the blue, and then you can trade with Felipe later." And so me and Felipe would be trading Pokemon.
So
back
all
and
I want to
forth.
know when it comes to mobile games is when we're gonna get a mobile Pokemon game, because that's all I would live for. I would play mobile
What do
Pokemon
you
for
think a
so many
Pokemon
hours.
Go is?
It's
No,
not-
no, no,
No, like an actual
like
like
an actual,
story
like,
like
yeah.
mobile
Well,
Pokemon
see,
game.
and that's where, and I know I talked about this the other day, but that's where emulators came in handy. I remember
Well,
early
yeah, I
on,
had
early
that
on
mine
in
on my
high school.
phone, yeah.
Yeah, early on in high school.
What came in
Forrest-
handy?
Emulators.
Fuck is that?
You can like download it on your phone. You could play like
Pokemon.
Nintendo games
Yeah,
on
you
your
could
phone.
download all the Pokemon games on your phone because there's a Game Boy emulator, a PlayStation 2
Dude, I
emulator,
wasted so
a
many
DS
days in high
emulator.
school playing Pokemon on my phone.
We did.
But now,
I remember y'all doing that shit. Y'all
Because
did
we
that
sit
for
there
like
and play 'em in class.
Dude, y'all did that for like 3 months straight, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Well, I
is
had to
everybody
beat every
doing?
Pokemon
I
game,
was like,
yeah.
"What the fuck is everybody doing?" And I never played Pokemon. So
I remember I beat every game from like blue all the way to like Diamond and Pearl.
So did they in like
Forrest
3
showed
months
us how
of
to do
school.
it.
Yeah.
Forrest came in one day, he's like, dude, look what I got on my phone. We're like, how the fuck did you do that?
And dude, it was like senior year too.
So often. But I was talking to them yesterday because you didn't get on. But a lot of the emulator sites have been completely shut down because of Nintendo.
Yeah.
They found them
Nintendo
bullshit.
basically stated that they
What
wanted
pricks?
they wanted compensation
Well,
for
because they
all the
weren't
copyright
getting money
issues.
for it. They had to.
And they wanted like $250,000 a title that got downloaded, and then they wanted like $1 million in compensation.
Suck my
and
ass,
all the
Nintendo.
emulator sites,
Nintendo, you have one of the
who run those.
most money in like the whole entire world.
The people who run the emulator sites clearly aren't rich enough to do that, so they have to get rid of all the emulators. Now those sites are useless. If you go to like one of the top ones was Emu Paradise.
Yeah, I was like,
And if you go there now and you click on a game to try to download, it's just like, sorry, it has been deleted. The site's still up, and there's an apology letter stating what happened, but you can't download anything from them anymore.
And so they should just do the right thing and give us a mobile Pokemon
Yeah,
game
that's
that we
what
can
I'm
actually
saying.
play a story through.
and we can trade too, because I'd do it.
Yeah, I would do it.
I'd
I would
spend
play
all
a
my
Pokemon
time.
game like that all the time.
I'd have to
I
go
had-
get one of those fucking portable cases to walk around so I can start playing that bitch.
I know, I'd get like a little, like, hand warmer one too. And fuck League of Legends, bro. I'd be playing that every day. I'd sit in Discord and just, oh, my Charizard!
It's a
because
shiny one.
I don't know if you guys ever played it, and this is the last thing I'll say
I
before.
was never interested in Pokemon. I was a Pikachu.
This is the last thing I'll say before I think we should move on. Unless
Yeah,
guys
because
wanna
we were
talk
pretty
about it.
far off topic now.
Forrest, I remember, showed us that you could download Pokemon like Fire Red on your computer, but
Yeah.
it was a multiplayer version where everyone was on the same server and you could battle each other Game Boy. So I was like, this is the greatest thing I've
Oh, I
ever
saw
seen.
that. Yeah, I never played it though.
It was so
We
much
did.
fun because you'd walk into one town and there's like 30 other people racing around town with a Pokemon behind them trying to get the fuck through there.
I remember that because I was playing on the Mac and I said, Christian, which one should I get? He's like, dude, get them all. I was like, I wish.
The correct
Oh, yeah,
answer is
I'm-
Charmander, but that's not the point.
I remember putting my emulator on my computer too and just sitting there in class pretending to take notes and
Yeah.
playing it. I did that in college too for a little bit.
Well, we did when we got to Sister Lisa's room. Tyler would always be like, "What are y'all doing?" And we were like, "I'm fucking playing Pokemon." Tyler, shut up.
And dude, and
That'd
like
be the very
dude,
best that no one ever was,
Dude,
damn it.
the funniest thing was like all the guys were in the corner playing Pokemon. I ended up playing Uno with all the girls.
Tyler was like, "They're
You were
like."
nerding out hard.
It's like, I'm
Every single dude was in the corner playing Pokemon. Like, which one are you playing? I'm sitting there
Oh,
playing.
you're not playing Emerald. What are you? Oh, it's red, blue.
Dude, I'm playing Uno with like all the girls.
I personally see a problem with that. We were enjoying a childhood.
Yeah, I was like,
Honestly, yeah.
I was like,
If I could find my old Nintendo DS, I would play.
because
some
I played
Diamond
the
and
new
Pearl.
Pokemon when we went to Rome. Shit, it was awful.
Oh, the new ones? I can't-
I finished
I can't
that bitch in
handle
4
it,
hours
dude.
on the plane, and I was like, done. And Felipe goes,
Well, it's amazing to see like how we're so off topic. It's amazing to see how far Pokemon games have evolved. Now they're all 3D and shit, and they look cool.
Yeah.
But the older games that are 2D scrollers, those are the bomb.
I could play
shiznit,
those
dude.
for days. Still,
Holy
honestly.
shit.
Did you just say bomb shiznit?
Bomb shiznit.
I would spend
on that
$100
note,
on
I
a.
think you should move on.
I'd spend $100 on a Game Boy Color.
Oh, hell
and
yeah.
Pokemon.
dude, yeah, honestly.
Y'all want to go to GameStop?
I'm pretty sure my Game Boy's downstairs somewhere.
You know where the game?
I know exactly where mine is at home.
I don't have.
I know
one
where
anymore
only my
either.
pink
I
ones.
think
I
I
don't know where
burned.
any of my other ones
I
are.
burned those shits.
I think I have a red and a blue one downstairs. They're in the bag.
I'm kind of upset because I had my yellow one had fucking Pikachu at the bottom of it.
So,
Dude,
do we want to pause the podcast and go to GameStop real quick and carry this on
Could
afterwards?
you imagine the camera flips back on and we're all sitting here with Game Boys like,
Oh, hey, welcome back,
going
gamers.
Do we need to reset the camera?
no, we got probably 8 minutes. So, moving on from that, we're going to continue on the game path of the announcement that Sony just made. The game is being made by the people who made Friday the 13th, the game. And for anybody who doesn't know, it's the group of kids versus Jason, and you're trying to escape the campsite that they're at, and the goal is to basically not get killed. Sony and the same company that made that game are coming out with a game called Predator Hunting Grounds, which I think is honestly really cool. I like that concept more than like Dead by Daylight and Friday the 13th. The core concept is there's 4 soldiers in their squad, and your task is like the trailer, it's like a 50-second trailer they showed. They're walking through this jungle, kind of like up to like this temple kind of area. And the main mission of the soldiers will be to either take out the bad guys trying to steal the artifact or to obtain the artifact for whoever hired you. Like, you'll have different missions depending on what levels you play. And you'll be equipped with standard military-grade weapons, grenades, and shit, while one player gets to play the Predator. You've got the invisibility powers, you've got all the Predator powers, and your goal is to kill them before they finish their task.
That sounds so much fun.
That
Sounds
sounds
like we need to
badass.
find a 5th friend.
Yeah, we do.
We have your brother.
Oh, Jared would be a disgusting predator. Do you know how quiet he is already on the mic? He was just
Hey,
like,
let's not let him do that.
well, you don't want him to be in your group because you'll never hear him.
I was gonna
call
say,
out.
he's gonna be gone finding,
Dude,
doing his own shit
why-
while we're all dying.
You could tell if Ryan was here, he'd be giggling or something.
Yeah, if Ryan was the predator, it's just.
And then you turn
No,
around.
stop.
I thought we played hide and seek when you,
Oh yeah, we played hide and seek on Minecraft. He just kept trying to like. He just kept laughing.
I couldn't hold it because Josh was like, so like, Christian, there was one point where Josh was like, this is where I am and this is Josh. We were like face to face against the wall, and like I was crouched and I was like,
So bad at keeping quiet. I can just see Ryan now, just like, you're like, God, I wonder where the fuck the Predator is. I see you.
That would be Ryan. No, the most terrified person to be predator would probably be Christian. Because I feel like he would play mental games with
Yeah,
us.
he would.
Like,
See,
nonstop.
I would strategize against Joe. I'd be like, okay, I need to take out Ryan first.
Oh, no, I would
Because
totally
Ryan would
do-
be the hardest to catch anyway. You'd be the fighter, and Josh would just try to do the objectives.
See, I would be on the side of, I'm going to cause a diversion. I'm going to create noise over here, so when you turn your backs, I'm instantly over here behind you to fuck you up.
That's some shit I could see happening, honestly. And I'd be the guy who's like, someone put their back to me for goddamn sake. I don't look behind us, you look in front
Everyone
of us.
get ass to ass right now.
There's 4 of us, we can make a square.
butt cheek to butt cheek, goddammit.
Dude, I could,
If your butt is not touching my butt, we're gonna die.
the games, dude, because, like I could see Ryan getting in a cabinet and then just someone busting at Ryan. It's, just like, and I'm dead.
Have you seen the what? See, I like the people that made Jason or Friday the 13th. Good game. I was like, it came out really good. Like the servers were clean and everything, and like the movement was good.
I'm surprised we don't play Death.
The only thing that
I wouldn't pay for
I'm
it.
really worried about
I don't think it'd run on
is
my
that it's
computer
gonna be
either.
like what was that one game that we went to GameStop and we got and the guy was like, "Oh, servers don't work
Battleborn?
anymore." Yeah, Battleborn.
But Battleborn was
No,
fun.
not that one. The other one, Monster Hunter, or something. Evolution, Evolve.
Oh, yeah, Evolution.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah. It was the one where one person played as the giant monster and the 4 people were hunting him down.
Yeah.
And it was one of those
That
that
game came out like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, it's already
and,
dead.
and literally, like, we went to... No, it came out longer than 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, I don't remember when.
I don't remember
That
when.
came out our senior year.
But I know that when me and Ryan went to go get it, the guy at GameStop literally told us the servers are dead. Nobody plays that shit.
And we got it for like $5.
I've never had someone at GameStop be that brutally honest with me before. Like normally,
Well, I mean, you know they play video games.
but normally their
Yeah,
agenda
they-
is to sell the game.
Yeah.
And he just openly straight up was like, "Don't play this." He's like, "If you want to play something, play Battleborn."
See,
And we were
but
like, "All right, cool."
The thing about people who play video games they're not, even if their job is to sell them, they're not going to sell you a game that's not fun because they know how that feels.
But GameStop used to have a policy called the Circle of Life, and if you got hired there and you did not meet their quota, they could fire you for not meeting the sell quota. Just because you're not making them enough money.
Oh, go
It was
fuck
called
yourself.
the Circle of Life. That's why GameStop eventually hit a wall, and that's why they've been going down ever since. And I think they got bought out, but I don't know by who. I have no idea who
I
bought
don't think
it.
they have that rule anymore. Because every time I go into GameStop, there's like, hey, I'm like, hi. Like, okay, just let me know if you need anything.
My thing is now, there's no need to go to GameStop when you can buy everything digitally.
online.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can download
Stores
it.
like Steam that offer 99% of what's on the market at this
And their
point.
sales are so good.
The only time I go into GameStop is if like I need like a charger or like a
You need a cord or
something
something.
like that.
But even then, I don't even go.
Even
'cause
then,
I
you
go
go to Best Buy.
Yeah.
or Walmart.
Best Buy's so bad.
Or you just order it off of Amazon.
yeah,
wait 2 days.
honestly.
Yeah, it's just going to black out.
I feel like they're the next blockbusters. It's
Honestly,
gonna start disappearing.
But I would say my only concern with this is it's a cool concept, but there's already 3 or 4 games out like that. Like you saw the one that's specifically only for Discord. It's a serial
the
killer
school
hunt
one?
and
Oh,
the
yeah,
kids
yeah,
to
yeah.
school. There's so many like that already. It's kind of like Battle Royale.
Yeah.
Everyone's kind of doing the same thing. It's just a different brand.
But it's something different at least.
I wish they would make a game like League, but with like superheroes or something. Or like characters from a famous
I'm telling you,
movie.
if that League MMO ever comes out, I'm dropping League and playing that. Like,
I've already
honestly.
invested too much money in the league.
You know how much
Making
fun
something
that would
look
be?
fucking nut.
Making your own like champion and like
That's why I kind of regret not
Dude,
meeting
making
that
all the
would
other
be the
champions.
shit getting to make your own. You wouldn't want to make your own champion.
No, I'm saying League itself can suck my.
Oh no, I would stop playing actual League to play the MMO.
Dude, that'd be so fucking cool. You get to create your own champion.
I really don't know if they're ever gonna do it.
Pick
They
what
keep
type
saying
of
that,
class
but-
you are.
Well, with what we're going to talk about later, I can see why it's going to be a little difficult to get that
Well, yeah.
accomplished. But I don't know. It's a cool concept. There's quite a few out there that have already done it, and they've taken more of the horror aspect to it. But the fact that they're bringing the Predator franchise
That'd be
into it
sick.
is interesting because, like, the Alien Isolation games that they made got
good.
horrible reviews.
I liked it.
Like,
It was a good concept.
I never played one.
I played one and I was bored after, like, the 3rd mission, honestly. Like, I think the graphics and the gameplay itself just...
I didn't do the one with the mission. I did the
Well,
one where
this one just sounds cool to me because there's 4 of us. We play with my brother as a 5th, so we would always be able to have enough people to try
to
this.
fuck around
Well,
with.
and
And
those
it'd be
games
something
are
cool.
always better if you have a group to play with, because playing with randoms
it's not as
in
fun.
general suck.
Yeah.
Like, it
This
really
is,
does.
I hate stupid people.
Can't trust them. I want to talk to them.
Well, I was like, I don't like the whole like. putting
You're
cops
not
in
used to
there.
you're not used to other people's personalities. Like
And
I know
having to
I've
depend on them.
yeah,
to
I know
carry
all
you.
of y'all. Like I
Like-
know how we're gonna all interact with certain things. So like,
I know Ryan's gonna get tilted in the first 3 minutes of a league.
I feel like if Ryan was the hunter and we were able to fend him off for at least 5 minutes, he would just get really pissed off and start looking for hacks.
Christian knows I do that
Like a
because
wall glitch
what
or
did
some
it?
shit.
What, was it Halo that we did that? And I would always get it somehow, and like I couldn't get y'all.
Yeah, we would build a base and we'd try to fight each other. And
No,
Ryan would
yeah.
always spawn. He'd sneak around and spawn like himself in our base somewhere.
You're such
and
an
just
ass.
stick a bunch of shit to all your vehicles. When you hopped in one, they just explode. And you're like,
I could see if Tyler was the predator, he would nonstop yell at us to come here.
Well, because there's
Like,
also
come here, you fuckers! I'm like, God, Tyler, leave me alone. Like, get over
there was
here."
also the premise in Halo of like you could build the base in a way to where there were hidden compartments where you hid all your weapons and you could just sit in the hallway and be like, you'll never find me, good luck. And they couldn't like maneuver their way through the base because you combined like 9 different pieces to make a maze.
dude, but this little bastard would like cheat and like get into a little robot and like fly through the walls and like
You're
appear
such a
behind you
dickhead.
and then like melee you and then go back to the ball and fly away. And you're like, dude, you little bastard. You're fucking cheating. And Ryan's like,
exploiting.
it's not cheating, it's in the game. Like, Ryan, I swear to fucking
I
God.
cannot tell you how many times base battles almost ended a friendship.
Base
like-
battles were so much fucking fun.
Yeah, but I remember sitting there and it would be like me and Brandon versus like Evan and Parker. And it would be one of those where, like, one game, like, me and Brandon
I would
kick their
actually do
ass.
that with y'all every
and then
now
the
and then.
second game, Evan and Parker would kick our ass. And then it got to a point where, like, it got aggressively hateful. And it got to a point where, like, me and Parker wouldn't speak for, like, a week because we got pissed off at each other for base battles. And you're just like, motherfucker,
Dude,
this is a game.
I
Who
remember a
gives a
time
shit?
you got like 12 people on it and created a game mode where it was just the gravity hammer. And we all were in an arena and just started smacking the shit out of each other. And it was the fun, because in Halo your body's ragdoll.
You know, game
Yeah.
we should get.
And you could knock people out of the fucking thing. It was the funniest shit. And it was so much fun to play.
should get Monopoly.
Dude, I think if all
That
four of
would
us
end
played a
some
Monopoly
friendships.
game, we would fucking kill each other. Because I'm like a tycoon when it comes to Monopoly. I'll fuck you over. I don't care how much I love you, dude.
Yeah, I will.
That's the thing. Like I,
I can see Skinny Penis trying to like make a little pact with me, and I'm like, no.
After camera technical difficulties and the battery being a piece of
Not
shit.
camera difficulties, Ryan
No.
difficulties.
Remy, get off my fucking phone, you fat ass.
Hey!
I don't give a fuck.
She's thick.
No, she's a fat ass.
Come here, thick
Oh,
girl.
hi Remy.
She's over there.
How's it going?
Shit, she got over there
So,
fast.
after technical difficulties, let's move on to Riot Games. We all
Shit
know
company. Why do we
all
play
know
your fucking game?
They are the lead and designers and creators of League of Legends. All of you worship them like they're your fucking god.
They're dropping my anime skins in 5 days. All right, chill.
Well, let's talk about what's going on behind the scenes. There's been some issues with sexual harassment
It's all
within
because
their...
they won't nerf Riven. it's all the root of this evil.
There has been some issues behind the scenes,
Right, so please.
and the other day,
take a nap now.
150 workers walked out in protest in an attempt to end the inclusion and enforcement of forced arbitration.
Sorry, I can't
Forced
hold it in
arbitration.
anymore. Right, so you're the best stepbrother I could ever ask for. I can see the secretary saying that.
Can we end this now?
Hey, you know, this is the end of the podcast. Let's just-
Guys, we'll see you next week.
we might be less one next week.
Or we might have to get rid of
We'll
some.
be here next week. It's okay.
Yeah, you won't
So-
be back the week after that either.
You guys know what arbitration is?
Should we have a meeting about like who gets to stay?
Hey, fuck you. This might be your house, but I've been the one that's been here the longest, so fuck off.
Do you guys know what arbitration is?
No.
Arbitration is a means of settling... Jesus fucking Christ!
I thought about it for a little bit. I was like, huh. I'm really tired, so I basically died for a second, and as I came back to life. It
Arbitration...
was the gears trying to turn.
Arbitration... You see what I deal with on a daily fucking basis.
Abdicate.
Arbitration...
Jesus fuck!
I feel like if you ever became a teacher, you would just quit one day out of like pure just spite. Like, I can't handle this shit anymore.
I hope my son gets your fucking glasses. You're gonna drop.
I would be
this
like
little
Miss
fucker.
Holly's level of angry when you stopped listening to her. She like smacked the desk. You guys are so disrespectful.
Just walk out crying and I'll be like, oh shit.
Arbitration is a means of settling a dispute outside of court. What that means is the company basically brings in like their lawyers, you bring in yours, and instead of going into a court setting in front of a judge, you settle it behind closed doors so that it's not publicly known and it can't be decided by the court. You basically sit down and you talk it out with the company.
Got you. So it's like Rocky Balboa versus.
Abdicate. Renounce one's throne.
You didn't even use that in the proper... I work with dumbasses.
I work with Noah.
You gave a definition for
I'm
a
not
word.
saying I'm a genius, but I'm not. You guys, I swear.
We're in college.
Exactly.
We're fucked.
So, basically, what happened is when you sign the contract to work for Riot, inside that contract there is a clause that basically states if you try to sue the company, it is a forced arbitration. You cannot take it to court. You cannot. But
Sounds like they should read their
Smart.
contracts better.
the problem with this is why these workers walked out was there were counts of sexual harassment within the company, and there are a handful of females who are trying to sue them. And instead of making their cases known, sexual harassment in the workplace, trying to make a difference, basically trying to show that it happens everywhere, Riot has been trying to keep it under wraps and trying to settle it behind closed doors, and people are pissed off about it. Because the way the workers see it, they're what makes Riot. Without them, without the people to sit there behind the scenes and code and animate the games, Riot's nothing. They're not.
Yeah.
And so
They should abdicate the CEO.
He's gonna try to use that word now.
It's a good one.
So basically,
Yeah, fucking retarded.
Riot forced this private arbitration on
Don't use
several
the R word
female
on camera.
employees who are trying to sue the company for gender discrimination and sexual harassment.
It's okay.
The problem with this is that the workers have walked out, they've protested, and a lot of them are lead designers behind games like League of Legends.
Oh,
they have
shit.
completely walked out
The
because
only game Riot has.
they want to force change. They want to force Riot to, instead of handling these sensitive cases behind closed doors, you need to make it public. And it hurts the company to make it public, but you shouldn't have fucked up.
But
in
it
the
also
first
hurts the company to lose 150 workers. So
And that's the thing. This is the first big walkout to ever happen to a game studio like this. This is really never before.
I mean, I feel like they were smart
It's
by
in
putting in the
contracts,
contract.
You can't go to court. You can't break contracts.
What's the what's the
legally
context of
binding
sexual
document.
harassment? Like, did it say?
I don't
No,
think
like
I don't
what
know
was
how
said
you're
or
gonna put that
anything?
out there.
no, because it's a forced arbitration. There's nothing
behind
severely
closed
leaked
doors.
besides the base details.
Yeah, all you know is that someone's unhappy. So
What Riot has done in terms of talking about this is they kind of promised that no harsh retaliation would go either way for people who stayed or walked out. But now Riot employees are kind of fearing that even though they made that statement to look good, they're fearing that they'll lose their jobs over the walkout, which is very possible. If you're a big gaming company, you can do that, but you're
And then
gonna
you
you're
can
gonna
find
suffer
someone
for
else,
it.
yeah.
You will suffer for it.
and your game will suffer too.
Riot has stated that new hired people will be given the option to opt out of the mandatory arbitration, but current employees, the only thing that Riot has said is they would commit to have a firm answer around expanding the scope and extending this opt-out to all Rioters. End quote.
See, that's
No.
no, it's
If
not
you-
gonna work.
If you're going to change it for new hirees, it
you
has
have
to change,
it
for everyone.
for people that's been that. Yeah,
Has to.
if they're gonna, they can't just get not grandfathered into a new rule.
That's bullshit. So,
And that's how they will lose a majority of those people that walked out, because they're going to hire all these new people to replace them, and then the people that have been working there that didn't walk out are going to see that they're getting this new benefit, and they're going to leave too. Which could in turn ruin their game because you have completely new people running the show.
well, not to mention you're ruining the aura that the company puts off. They put
Oh, yeah.
off this. They've been running League of Legends for almost 10 years now, and
Almost
now over 100 of your employees just walked out because you're treating female employees like pieces of shit. Like,
Well, it's not. Yeah, you're treating like you're also not giving them the chance to.
You said piece
voice
of shit, then
their
pointed
shit.
at me. What gives?
no, I was gonna make a point for something you said, but I forgot because I started listening to Josh. Not that you're a piece of shit.
I'm a distraction.
You said something about piece of shit, then you were like, and then it's like left it there.
Example A, piece of shit.
Just kind of left it there, and then just like slowly let it down. It's
Nice.
like, I'm not a piece of shit.
No,
We're a high five podcast now. Everyone gets one besides Skinny Penis.
actually, that's what Tyler.
But you're a piece of
That's
shit,
what
so go
Tyler
ahead.
wanted to name this podcast was the High Five Guys. That's what he wanted to name it.
No, High Five Productions.
Something like that. It was High Five something.
We're all gonna be high, and we did a bunch of stuff. That's why I came up with it.
We
I mean, we live in the
don't
state of
promote drug
Texas.
use.
We don't participate in any illegal activities.
Just play on words.
Tyler, fucking
But
Texas.
I think you really have to look at what this is, what this means for female employees at the company. Like, if you're being sexually harassed, if you're being gender discrimination, males are getting more pay, they're being treated better than you are. The video game market the world has evolved to where everyone at this point, men and women, you need to be on an equal level. Like, it's not right to pay one gender more than the other, and we've moved past
yeah,
that
equal
quite a
pay
bit.
for equal work. I mean,
We've moved past that quite a
pretty
bit.
universal.
But the way it's kind of turning out now is
A lot of the wage gap doesn't calculate that women work less than men too. That's why there's a gap. Women take more days off. That's a
Okay.
fact.
That's understandable.
Yeah, but they kind of need it sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have babies. They have periods. They have
Yeah,
children.
that accounts for a lot of the wage gap.
I mean, the wage gap is nowhere near as
big as it used to be.
it's a lot slimmer now. Than
Oh yeah,
it was
like
before.
the 70, like the 90.
It's almost. I mean, I say it's acceptable given what we have, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you look at it from the standpoint of female employees, I mean, Riot's going to lose a lot of respect there.
Oh yeah.
Because, I mean,
You know how many female gamers play that game,
a shitload.
and how many female gamers stream that game?
A shitload. Some of y'all's favorite streamers are female League streamers
This is true and factual.
that you stalk. And that's just
Okay, I don't stalk
Hey,
her.
she's thick. Thank you.
No
Shout
defense,
Out,
just she's
shout out Pokimane. Just go throw
Come
that
back
out
to
there.
League, Pokey, please.
Don't do it. They're sexist.
Stop playing Fortnite, please.
Don't play that one either.
Whoa,
Jesus.
it got a new season.
Fuck off.
It looks pretty good.
No one here supports Fortnite. Fuck
It
off.
looks pretty good. I like it.
I hate him.
I spent like 300 on that game.
I spent maybe $10 for a season pass.
Oh, I never bought the pass.
Can I go lay down now?
You may
No.
not be excused,
Let's
sir.
talk about Fortnite.
No, we're not going to continue on Fortnite. The only reason we could continue anything Epic Games related is the fact that they bought Rocket League, and it scares the shit out of me. Because I love Rocket League to
Oh, I'm
death.
so sorry.
They're gonna dab on that game, guaranteed.
No,
Riot,
they're not.
fix your shit.
How the hell are they gonna make a car dab?
Make me an MMO.
He's talked about
I
the
love
cars
you.
transforming into Optimus Prime to fucking dab when you score a goal. That makes no fucking sense.
That'd be cool if they
Epic Games.
transform though.
Epic Games has stated that the game basically will not change. It can only get better because
Oh my God.
Epic Games has the resources to make better servers. It's got resources to make the game have more frequent updates to make it run smoother, which I'm excited for. But then I'm scared on the
They
basis
change
of-
anything gameplay wise.
They need to add a dab hat and
I will lose my shit.
and the fucking I got you hand
I hate you.
hat.
I hate you so
The
much.
clout's real, man.
Go lay down now.
But Riot,
Fix your shit. Make me an MMO.
make me an MMO.
Treat everyone equal. Just be decent human beings, please. Make us an MMO.
I-
Make us an MMO.
I don't
Surprising how
understand.
rare it is to find a decent human being nowadays.
Like, I don't understand why you can have all this power over owning the company, being the lead of the company, and then you can kind of think, I can sexually discriminate or sexually harass my female.
It's like a
You can do
power.
whatever-
It's
you
like
can
a
do
power
whatever the fuck you
complex.
want.
If you feel like you have power, you're more likely to take advantage of people who
That's
don't
usually
have
how
power.
that works.
It's fucking stupid. I don't really get it. I mean, I've never had power or money, so it's not one of those things that I can relate to, I guess.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like, why does it make sense? I mean, I get you have the power, but what makes you think you can violate someone, basically?
Yeah.
What makes you think you can
'Cause
just
you're
do it
better
and get
than
away
them.
with it? You're not.
And I really think
I know,
the
but
people
they
up in
think they
charge of
are.
Riot should
Bro,
come out and like.
I
You know how
honestly
much
fucking
money they
de-skin on that
have?
shit.
They're like you mean nothing to me. You're a peasant compared to me.
Well,
I can do
considering
whatever
the
the fuck I
game's a
want.
piece of shit, they don't have.
I wouldn't
enough
want to
money.
fuck with a girl that's way smarter than me that codes and can fucking animate shit. I'd be
You
like,
made
Hack
more
your
money
fucking
than-
bank account.
yeah, I would be like, hey, I'd pay you more, honestly, because that's badass.
Well, because that brings me into the next topic, which is NetherRealm Studios, the creators of Mortal Kombat and Injustice.
Mortal Kombat.
This company has been under fire recently because several employees and ex-employees have been talking about how toxic and abusive the work conditions have been. One employee was stated as saying he only slept around 4 hours a day for months working on Injustice,
Jesus.
and it almost killed him. Like,
Yeah.
he was suffering horribly from health side effects. And on top of that, there's employees who have stated that they were working 90-hour weeks, not being paid overtime.
Okay, that's bullshit.
Some of them were stated as saying some highlighted low pay. Basically, there were people who were programming and designing the game getting paid as little as $11 an hour for their work. Which
And
in the video
if
game
they're
industry,
also
that's
working
bullshit.
overtime, that's not fair.
That's complete bullshit.
If I'm working overtime, I expect to get paid to be working overtime. It
It's
doesn't
illegal.
matter.
That's illegal.
Especially
Yeah.
if you're working for a
That's
company that's
super
putting out a
illegal.
triple
That's
A
super
title.
illegal. That's
Yeah,
illegal
if
for
someone
you-
works overtime hours, you have to pay them
them.
overtime.
It's illegal not to.
They probably, I mean, if anything, they most likely would have gotten paid something, but not what they should have been getting.
Not
you know?
the- not
At
the-
$11 an hour to be doing that shit
No.
overtime. Fuck that. I
Exactly.
would've
Some
quit.
of them were highlighted as $11 an hour for working on these combat games, and those are easily AAA titles.
Yeah.
Those are
Yeah,
games
they're
you
making
expect.
enough money.
And the company stated that they're looking into it. The basic we'll look into it. We'll try to figure out what's going on. behind the
Basically,
scenes.
nothing's gonna be done.
Basically, they're going to find a way to fire everyone who's fucking with them.
Yeah, that's stupid.
On top of that, some employees are quoted as saying that the company has a reputation as a Chicago area school, a reputation at Chicago area schools as a rough place for aspiring developers. Like, it's a hard place to get into, and then they work you like a dog and don't reward you for it.
I mean, the business is kind of cutthroat if you think about it, but that doesn't justify them not paying the people that work hard
Yeah.
for them.
Exactly.
I
Especially
mean,
if you work on a AAA title.
if you're doing a job for someone, you expect them to get paid for it, and if you're going to hire someone to do a job for you, you better pay them. It's just very simple.
Well, and then at the end of the day, there are, I want to say it was probably mostly female employees who kind of were said this, because from my understanding of reading several articles, the company mainly hires male employees. There's a handful of female employees. They described it as a bro-centric atmosphere. A lot
Have
of
you
men.
seen Mortal Kombat?
On top of that, so
Well, I mean, it's still a workplace. It should be open to hiring
It
equal
honestly
sexes.
does not surprise me.
Well, on top of that, there are cases of sexual harassment and higher up
I just
employees
never get
coming
that
up with
shit.
nicknames for female employees, as well as them not hiring enough female employees. Like, they target male employees.
So word around the office is you have a fat cock. I too have a fat cock.
We don't own the rights to that video. But
Let's get together and rub our fat cocks together sometime. You, me, oil, fat cocks. It's a video
if
on
someone
YouTube.
questions your sexuality, that's on you.
It's a video on YouTube. It's fucking hysterical. It's a video called like sexual harassment, isn't it?
I've seen it. I know.
Isn't
My
that what it's
cousin
called?
showed it to me.
It's fucking hysterical. Someone walks out, it's like, it smells like fresh vagina in here. Like, dude, that video is fucking hysterical.
Here's the topic. Here's where you are.
So,
I'm so tired. We were talking about no, I'm a little bit closer than that.
you should have
We were talking about sexual
You're
harassment.
talking
in the
about a
workplace.
dumbass video that they intentionally sexually harass each other.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know,
saying
Tyler-
it's a bro-centric atmosphere. What if it's like
you can lay down. We'll just edit in like a picture of you in your chair for
We'll just
it.
put Remy up here.
Yeah, we'll put Remy in the seat or something.
But a company like NetherRealm that's producing... How many years does it take to produce a Mortal Kombat?
3.
3?
That's
Two,
a long
three,
time.
This one took 3.
Considering the fact that it takes them that long to produce it, and you're not paying people enough money for their service...
That's 3 years of working shit
And that's like
hours.
a 4A. That's a 4 triple title, right? Fuck that shit.
That's a big title.
a
That's
triple
a
A
huge
title.
title.
That's a 4 triple. That's a 4 triple A title.
That's 4 AAA
That's
titles in one.
That's called a dozen, Ryan.
Let me tell you what, brother.
That's a baker's dozen A.
fucking title.
Would you believe that a handful of them, actually all of them, go to college and sometimes shit like that falls out of them?
I'm in college right now.
I'm a graduate.
Well, you didn't say anything dumb.
I make fun of dumb things.
I'm making.
I feel like that was basic math.
I'm
You
making
should have
a
learned that from your
victory laps.
multiplication table.
Aren't you supposed to be an accountant?
I do calculus now, goddamn it, stats. All right, I don't do no basic.
Okay, so
math.
now you don't know how to do multiplication, but you can do calculus? Mm-hmm. Makes no fucking sense.
I'm taking a few victory laps.
But the fact that
Maybe.
these companies can
be
just
announced.
get away with cheating their employees, forcing them to work like dogs, and basically
It's like
kind of overexerting them on one project and then not compensating them for it.
bullshit.
You know,
I'm
if people,
telling you, I put it on the
if
spot.
people like find out about this, less people are gonna like, buy their games. Like it's one of those things that people can relate to, and they're like, "That's bullshit. I'm not gonna do that."
And that's why I agree with the people who walked out at Riot. They're the backbone of Riot. They do all the work. And they're taking a stand for something, and they'll probably be punished for it behind closed doors. They will.
I
Did you
mean,
stop yourself morphing into Hulk Hogan right there?
what the fuck is this guy talking about?
Your
tired are you?
voice changed.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it
How
did.
tired are you?
Dude. Oh, God.
And it's just like
I haven't
there's
slept
people that are like so
Just-
high up that they don't.
Hey, just act like
change
your
it.
brain, goddammit. Just sit there.
Yeah,
Like over a day
you
and a
know,
half.
close the mouth a little bit, bud.
Just do your sleep thing where you...
Yeah, goddamn.
What?
Take your 10-minute power nap, and we'll catch you in a little bit.
I don't know. I think it's crazy. I think it's ridiculous that these companies are expected to produce these high quality games and then they treat their employees like shit. Especially in the video game market where you guys said it is oversaturated, but it's continuously growing. There's always need for more people to do something because video games have to get bigger and better as technology does. It has to progress. The games have to get bigger and better. But then you end up getting clusterfuck games like Anthem, and as I said during the production of Anthem, the lead of Anthem was taken off and basically thrown into another project, and then he came back to Anthem and was like, I don't give a shit about this project. It's busted. Who cares? Like people at BioWare just don't care about Anthem at this point. There's a handful of people working on Anthem, and then a handful of them got pulled off to go work on another game, and then when they came back to work on Anthem, another handful was like, all right, you know what, now go work on Dragon Age.
What do you want me to do?
Yeah,
I'm so
like
confused.
how the fuck do you want them to
I haven't
handle
seen
this?
my family in 5 weeks.
What they need to do is they just need to just hire so many people to work on one thing.
I mean, there's
And, like,
so
just
many people
focus
that
it,
are
yeah.
like chasing, like working in a video game, but like, I don't know, making video games is pretty taxing. It's pretty huge, so I guess I can see why.
Well, and the companies, I think, in the long run, I know that you have a quota to meet. The head of the company, like EA owns BioWare, they give you a time frame to make something, and I get that. But if it's not done, what's the point in working your employees
To death.
to death in pushing out an incomplete project?
Like a shitty project.
Like, what's the point? All you're doing in the long run, because EA's upset that Anthem didn't meet their projected sales quota.
Well,
are you shocked?
let 'em
It's a
put out a
piece of shit. Like, just until recently, they've gotten around to fixing the loot system, and it's the best it's probably ever been. But people are still pissed off at it. They don't like it.
The best it's ever been was when they broke it by accident, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!" And then the devs were just like, "That was a mistake," and then they fixed it immediately, and then never put it back. And then they broke it again the next patch, and everyone was like, "Just leave it alone. Whatever you did, it's better." And then they fixed it again.
Well, see, and the problem with Anthem
So every
is
time they broke the loot system and made it better.
it looks beautiful on the outside, but then when you get on the inside, it mainly appeals to the crowd of people who don't mind grinding a game for hours on end, like Tyler. Tyler does not mind having to play the same 3 strongholds over and over again to get better loot. I'm not doing that. That's a waste of my time, honestly. That bores the shit out of me. If there's nothing new to introduce me to the game besides fighting the same boss for 6 hours and trying to get better equipment, I'm bored instantly. I don't want to play that. It just destroys my morale for the game, and I don't want it anymore. But that's me. There are people out there who don't mind grinding. They don't mind sitting there and doing the same thing over and over and over again, and more power to you. You are getting enjoyment out of a game that other people can't. But at the same time, if you had released a complete product, there'd be more shit to do. But then you work your employees to the fucking bone and don't pay them enough and sexually harass your female workers, and then you just get frowned on by every consumer out there. Like, it's...
I mean, like, how else are you gonna? There's no way to punish them because they're
It's
gonna make.
gonna blow up in everyone's face, and they're gonna have to.
I mean, the
change.
high ups are still gonna make their money. Like at the end,
One way or
they
another.
really don't give a shit. Like what happens on like the working floor of their company because they're making their money. So
Just kind of like... It's kind of like how EA... people hate loot boxes. People don't want to...
And I bet these people hate putting them in their games because they're like, well, it's gonna ruin another
But
game.
if it's a way to make money, the heads of the company are going to be like, microtransactions, do it now. Just like the mobile gaming market is shit. It's complete shit. Because every game you play is microtransactions. The new Elder Scrolls game that came out for the phone,
Hey, it's all pay to win.
it is. Because you get in there and it's one of those, you're rebuilding this Blades town, and you're supposed to rebuild it from the ground up because you're one of the last remaining Blades. It takes 5 hours to build one building. Or you can go spend $10 on gems and complete it instantly. And you get chests, you get rewards. There's like wood chest, silver chest, gold chest, and like master chest. And you can sit there, you can only open one chest at a time. So if you've got 20 chests in there, you can open one like normal bronze wood chest, that's 5 seconds. Silver chests take like 3 hours, gold chests take 6 hours. So you can sit there and you can waste all this time waiting to open these chests, or you can just buy their currency, open it all, and get all the good shit. It's ridiculous.
Stupid.
It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's pay to win. All mobile games are pay to win.
That's dumb. If it's
Wow, we're
cosmetics,
getting
I'll
full
buy
circle.
it.
Holy shit!
But what's amazing is how this leads into the next topic. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, like cosmetics, I would buy them only because it would make me look cool in the game.
That's what I like about Riot too. Is like they're all they're paid. Like nothing's pay to win really
Yeah,
for them.
it's all cause.
If you're gonna do microtransactions in the game, it's for cosmetics.
Again,
Well, see, and this is where I get into companies like Blizzard. People get pissed off at Blizzard for the way they do microtransactions. I think games like Overwatch do it right.
Isn't it all cosmetics in Overwatch too?
It's all
Yeah.
cosmetics. You can
Yeah.
buy loot boxes. You don't have to.
don't
You
need
get
that.
them every time you level up, and every time you level up, the
There's also like 1,500 levels in the game.
the
Yeah,
XP
you
cap
can
is the
play
same
that.
every level. It's 20,000
Yeah.
XP points.
Yeah.
And on top of that, they give you arcade game modes where at the top it shows you if you win, you get the chance to win 9 games, and every 3 games you win a loot box, and it resets every week. They give you a way
It resets daily.
daily. They give you a way to earn them without having to pay for them just by playing the game. I think Blizzard does it right.
I mean,
with
that's the
Overwatch.
best way to do it. If you don't want to grind it out,
And
you
if
can
you
buy it.
if you do play it a fuck ton, if
Yeah,
you get to level 1,500, you're gonna have all the skins.
honestly, Steam does it right too, with CS:GO, with their loot boxes. Because like, if you get a good skin, you can just sell it and get your money back plus some.
That also brings me to the next topic, actually.
It's not gambling.
No, it is. It's so gambling.
That's not gambling.
No, it is because
No, it's
you
not.
you're gambling to get a good item out of a loot box, and then you're trying to flip the price. Like the beginning portion of that is gambling. You're gambling
Yeah.
your money to get something out of a loot box.
Gambling is
Yeah.
where you don't know the outcome of what it is.
But
That's
CS
90% of loot boxes. You don't know what the outcome
But
is. It's
CS
yeah, but in gambling you can lose everything and
Yes,
not get
CS:GO,
anything.
they had their own gambling like sites, like it was literally called Gamble CS:GO.
It's called CS:GO Lotto. It was owned by T Martin and Syndicate.
Well, that one too, but the one I played was called CS:GO Gamble.
Dude, I remember Syndicate and Team.
And like, well, they got so much shit for theirs because
No,
apparently it was like
Syndicate
rigged.
didn't. Syndicate didn't. T. Martin got
Yeah.
destroyed
T.
from
Martin.
it, and he took all the heat from it. Syndicate just kind of weaseled up the
But
back.
like
That
when I
was
did it,
awesome.
I won in 2000.
He looks like a little weasel. You ever seen him in real life?
Yeah.
No.
Syndicate, dude, he looks like a little
he's
weasel.
like 5'4".
I'd never watched anything
I took
Syndicate related.
I put in my knives and I was like, fuck it, if I lose them, I lose them. I have one good one left. I won it. I got 2,000 back on my jackpot and then I sold half of it. So then I was like, I have $1,000 fucking inventory. Might as well go back again. A month later, they were like, no, it's illegal to do that. And everyone was like, what do you mean?
That's gambling, 'cause
Steam's got it
Gambling
under
involves
control.
real money, and there's a risk or a reward. There's technically no risk with loot boxes. You'll always get something out of them. You're not
No,
gonna always
because the way
lose.
games are doing it now, you can just get duplicates for in-game currency. You're not getting anything new, and then
But
they
you're
give
getting
you
in-game currency.
a small amount that don't mean jack shit.
Yeah, but it's still something. Gambling's where if you can lose and lose everything. You can go to a vending like a slot machine and get no money out of it.
Let me
You
tell
get
you why you're
nothing
wrong.
out of it.
Let me tell you why you're wrong.
You do
Senators
loot
are
boxes,
backing
you'll
the fact
always
that
get
it's gambling.
something. It's not gambling.
It is.
It's not gambling.
I don't think it's gambling.
it's not gambling.
I'm only spending $1.25 for a key.
Well, it depends on how much it is at that point.
You can also guess the odds of the loot boxes. Most of them release their odds.
I'm
Like
not
Apex-
arguing against you guys. I'm reading facts.
Like Apex's crates, they give you the odds.
See, but I don't buy.
I've never bought an
I don't.
Apex
Yeah, I was like, I don't
crate.
get
Fuck
crates from Apex because you get them from every XP anyways.
yeah, you get them like every other level.
So it
once you
doesn't
pass,
matter. It's like
15
the
or
same
some
thing
shit.
with Overwatch. I don't get Overwatch crates because you get them every whatever XP that you get them from.
I know this man bought.
But if it's
Overwatch
like,
crates.
but if it's like CS:GO and I get a crate and I see a
An
good
absurd amount.
and I
on
get
Xbox
and I
now.
see a good ass knife in there and I'm like, fuck it, a key's only $1.25 and that knife costs $10,000. That's a fucking
Plus, I
steal.
was like I was over level like 300.
And that's US dollars because of the Steam market.
I just realized if you play a lot of Overwatch, like I'm level 300 on Xbox. Technically, I've got 300 loot boxes for free.
Exactly.
So I have like a lot.
So,
of
like,
fucking
Blizzard
skins
does it
in that
right.
game.
Yeah, see, that's fine. But like something like CS:GO where it's only $1.25 for a key, plus you can make a shit ton of money off of it. That's
It's not a bad thing.
that's a pretty good risk if you ask me.
I would respect
That's more of an investment rather than
Yeah.
gambling.
Because I mean,
We're gonna argue about this, and I fully support this 110% because I hate loot boxes. I hate them. Hate them.
well, I do too. But like I said, it depends of who's making it.
Josh Hawley. He's a senator who has gone after. He's gone after video game companies before, basically trying to pin their loot box system as gambling. And
Damn, someone must have hurt his son.
well, here's the thing: the way he's targeting them is
Or
through
his son
children.
hurt his credit card.
The way he's targeting them is through children, because even if a game is rated M for mature, a child will get a hold of it one way or another.
parents don't care.
I was playing GTA San Andreas when I was 8.
Yeah,
I've been playing GTA ever since.
played
It's the
Turok.
parents' fault.
I played Turok at the age of 5.
Exactly. You can't stop them from playing an M-rated game. You can't. Unless it's physically illegal, and in the end, they'll probably still do it anyway.
Yeah.
But he is looking to pass a bill that would ban loot boxes and pay-to-win transactions. He wants to get rid of pay-to-win altogether, which I think is fantastic. That would
I'm down
destroy
for that.
mobile gaming, but fuck mobile gaming. It's a piece of
Who
shit.
cares about mobile games?
There's a handful.
Until I get my
mean,
Pokemon game. Fuck you.
There's a handful of people who enjoy games like Candy Crush and whatnot, and you can enjoy those, but they shouldn't be paid to advance to the level. Like, did you see what they did with Assassin's Creed?
Which one?
I want to say it was the most recent one, Odyssey.
Oh, you're talking about like on console?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, just in general. Like, the
No.
game, they have a system, like, they altered the Assassin's Creed games to where instead of, you remember playing as Ezio in the first handful of them, you would go through and you could take on anyone at any level. They would have health, but you could assassinate them in one move. The Assassin's Creed franchise has now shifted more to an almost like RPG level up system, to where if you're level 14 and you try to do a level 16 mission, you will get butt fucked instantly.
Why?
So
It's
they,
all 2
they
levels ahead.
require you to do the side missions whether they matter or not, because you have to grind the levels.
That's dumb.
On top of that, they added a system to where you could buy Ubisoft's in-game currency and buy XP boosters so you get more XP off of the side missions.
That's dumb.
That's fucking stupid. That's so dumb. That is so
That
dumb.
reminds me of Modern Warfare 3 where you get a prestige token, you could do a double XP boost for that entire
Dude,
prestige.
Do you remember like
or
drinking so many Mountain Dews and eating Doritos to get the codes and shit?
Well, no, me and my brother figured out the glitch, and you could glitch it out to where you could have unlimited of them, and me and my brother did it. You couldn't go above a certain number, or else the servers would catch you and they'd ban you immediately. Like, in that game, I still have permanent double XP on everything.
That's some shit you do.
Dude,
cheater.
I didn't do it. Bradley did it, and because me and Bradley played when we like shared the account. And I got home, I was like, "Why the fuck do I have double XP?" He's like, "I found a glitch." I was like, "The hell did you do?" He's like, "I duplicated all the prestige tokens. We now have 400 days of XP." And I was just like, "Dude,
no wonder he was always so far ahead of us in level. They fucking cheated."
Yeah, Bradley did. That's why I got to prestige level 20 in that game. And like,
you can say Bradley did, but you benefited and you kept using it. I'm just saying.
I wasn't gonna fucking make another Xbox account.
If I had known that, I would have like contacted like Activision, like they're cheating. But basically, he wants to ban the concept of randomized kind of loot boxes in terms of children are gambling. Like they're taking their parents' credit cards and they're buying loot boxes in hopes to get shit. They're fucking their parents over. They're doing this. They're doing that. I support it. I think if you can do loot boxes right, they're not a bad thing. I really do.
How you said that sounded like you supported them fucking their parents.
Sure, why not? Says companies shouldn't be allowed to monetize addictions. Kids playing games made for adults should be walled off from compulsive microtransactions.
That's the parents' fault then.
But is he talking about like all microtransactions?
That's the thing.
Because if that's the case, then Fortnite's going to be nothing then. In that
Fortnite's
state.
just an issue in general. Like, it took the world by storm and it possessed children, and that's just fucking crazy.
No.
You shut the fuck up. I will beat you with this fucking microphone.
Oh,
I will shove it up your ass so I can hear what your bowels sound like from the inside.
Oh my!
I would love to hear the pious rant like a dum 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 dum, and he's just beating Ryan in the head.
Hey, I look cool in Fortnite, goddammit.
Where I got this information from, a YouTuber I follow, I'm going to give credit where credit's due. His name is Legacy Killer HD, and what he does is he basically he goes out and he finds the articles that are written by like Kotaku and like Game Informer, and he reports on them and he highlights areas that he deems important, which are like quotes from people who work at the companies, people who are doing the interviews, and I don't think it's a bad idea. I think the loot box system and the microtransactions need to be controlled because they're not. They're so not controlled, especially with the way EA handles it. And EA just wants microtransactions because it's more money, and they know they can appeal to people by, hey, buy a loot box, you might get something
EA
nice
rigs
out of
the
it.
shit out of that.
You know what I was thinking? Remember when you were talking about how 2K, how it was pretty much pay to win for your character?
Okay, this motherfucker. Last night he was like, man, I really wish you had bought like one of the last 2Ks. He's like, I thought you were gonna get it. It would have been so much fun to play. And I told him, I was like, 2K kind of became bullshit when you could go into their store, you could spend $100 and get like 1,000,000 VC points, and then upgrade your character to level 99 after the rookie showcase, and you could just be instantly an A+ player with no experience and just go to the park and dick on other people who are playing the game for real. That's bullshit.
That's why I never played in the
he
park.
did that.
Yeah, I did to my last character because Christian was already way ahead of me, and I just hated that I was so tiny and I couldn't.
That's because I grinded.
Yeah,
Dude, I got mine to a 94 overall, and
Christian
I was like,
Christian was like a 92. I was like, hold on, I'll be right back. And he's like, where you going? I was like, nowhere. I'll be right back. And I muted my mic. I come back. All right, I'm back. He goes, what did you do?
He's a higher level than me.
Yeah,
I was like,
I bumped it to 95, and I was over here doing fucking under the leg, behind the back dunks, and he was like, you're so
one
dumb.
of the only NBA games.
I used to work so hard on my players.
You get to like your 9th season, your character's like 38 years old, but you're still in 99. You're like, I grinded the shit out of that. Fuck
Okay,
yeah.
so
playing this
I was thinking that like the server needs to catch that shit and put you in another like server type just to play with other people like you.
You shouldn't be able to be matched against people. Like, because when you start NBA, you're level like 64.
Yeah.
You're like a D-rated player. You shouldn't be able to be matched with people who are 99s overall. That's bullshit. Like, it really is. And that's the thing.
Should be rated other D level players.
Yeah,
exactly. But at the same time, not a whole lot of games do matchmaking perfectly. You're always pinned up against somebody who's either better or someone you can shit on.
Yeah.
Like, it's very rare that you get matched with someone equal skill. Very rare.
That's skill-based matchmaking.
And you know damn well every time we got matched with people, they were the ones that spent $100, got like level 99 in like a day.
You get on the fucking court and they got all the flashy armware, they got the best kicks, they're decked out in the like most expensive gear, and you're like, you son of a bitch. And then they sit there and you go to defend them on the through line and you jump and like punch him in the fucking dick, drained it. You're like, what?
I saw like about
that 99 3-point shot.
I think it was 2K18 or 17 that I played. The one who was it, LeBron on the cover, or Shaq? It was Shaq's like legend one
It was
or
like
whatever.
16 or 17.
Yeah, so 17 I think. And I figured out that because I was like, damn, I'm gonna buy all these shoes, all these VC credits, and like I had my dude up to 98, and then the game was like, all right, you have now unlocked all the Nike shoes, and I was like,
What?
because I finished my like I think it was my 10th season or something, and the game was like, all right, now you have unlocked all the shoes. I was like, damn, look at all this VC credit I have left. I was like, fuck, I wasted all that money for nothing.
See, the good old days for NBA were when you would sit there and
This was before my park and everything for me.
Your goal was to grind it out, and it was one of those that, like, if you knew you were going to lose the game and there was no way to cheat, you just exit without saving really quickly and start the game over. You're just like, I'm not losing this. This is a playoff game. I'm not losing this shit.
Yeah.
But now you can just... Because they kind of fixed it in a way to where... Because I remember the last NBA I played. My dad had bought it, and my dad bought a bunch of VC because he was just going to level up a player, and I was like, I don't really play this anymore, but I'm curious to see what happens. And it wouldn't let him level up past 79 until his character developed more skills. And I was like, okay, they kind of balanced it out to where you can't just be OP. But it's one of those, instead of working from 64 to 79, he just upgraded to 79 instantly. And I was like,
See, and in 17 it was like that because you had to go work out.
Yeah.
At the Gatorade Fitness Club. And you had to get your character fucking fit as shit. And like you saw his like process of like being this little scrawny little shit to fucking being this huge ass motherfucker, or like however you wanted him built.
And you'd have to go to the gym and they would like make you like dribble in between the cones and work on spin moves and shit. Like those were good times.
Yeah, and like you knew who the ones were who grinded out because there were these big ass fucking Shaquille O'Neal looking like 5'2" dudes walking out on the My Park in 17. I was like, god damn, who is this guy? Like my dude's all scrawny, but I can dunk and shoot threes.
Looking like fucking Deku.
Foreign language right now to me.
Yeah, like this little 5'2" dude walks out and like you hear him in the game chat like, let's get this game going, and I'm like, oh my god, who hurt this man?
The funny thing is when somebody would create a player that's shorter than Ryan, and then like he'd free throw line dunk and just slam that shit.
I used to hate that
That
shit.
was me. I remember Christian was like, Ryan, why are you so tiny? I was like, watch this.
Well, because like I would always make my character like a small forward, like 6'5", 6'6".
I was always a point guard for it. I was like always 5'2".
And Ryan would be like a Ricky Rubio looking motherfucker who shouldn't be athletic, and he'd jam it from the free throw line. You're like, that's not possible.
This doesn't seem legit anymore.
I always love making little midgets, and like everyone was like, I'm about to smack this fool, and I come in and just dunk on him. I'm like, yeah.
You max vertical first.
But
That's all I did.
in the long run, I'm not against microtransactions. I'm all for
they
them.
just need to be redone in a certain way.
I'm all for them being monitored and put under a microscope to see how they can make them better instead of just sucking the money out of the consumer.
Well, it's like I said.
There
Like,
needs to be some sort
that's
of
why I like
law
CS:GO
around it.
because if I buy a key and I get a nice little $30 skin, I'm selling it. I get the money back.
Well, see, because like the Rocket League system, you get crates every like couple of games. Like I have like 30 crates on Xbox that I don't open because I don't want to pay $1 for a key. That's just don't have the money to do that. But at the same time, it's one of those like when you actually open the box, it looks like a lottery system because the thing rolls and you have to like hope it lands on the thing you want.
Yeah.
And I don't mind the way Rocket League does it, but at the same time, there's no way to earn keys. I mean, there is. You can earn like one key every like 30 games. You like occasionally get one for your performance. I'm like, that's.
See, that's why I like League of Legends though, because you get the key shards every once
I like
in a
the way
while.
League does it.
Yeah,
you
like
you
every
get
once in a
crates
while
for your
game.
teammates getting S's, and then you get
I've
once you
gotten
have 3
so
key
many
shards.
fucking crates.
Once you get 3 key shards, you can craft a key.
Yeah.
And on top of that, honestly, buying the keys aren't overly expensive. It's like
No, they're
what
like
25 Riot points.
And you get the fucking every once in a while
Me
you
and
get
Jared
the
have gotten
skin.
y'all so many chests.
You get the skin
hell?
shards too.
I like how he acts like nobody else here gets an
Yeah,
S.
no, I've gotten plenty of
I've
those.
gotten plenty.
I gotten some S's.
No, I haven't seen you get an S in forever.
I got an S today with Josh.
You got us today too.
I don't play the game anymore, so
I was like, you
I'll probably come back to
upgrade
it at
your
some
creep
point,
score,
but
and then you'll be fine. CS needs to be better.
I get kills.
I'll come back to it when I'm done being pissed off.
I was like, I get kills.
What
I don't
pissed
really.
you off?
I mean, when you can,
Baby.
well, that is an innuendo for not anything illegal.
I play better that way.
You do, honestly.
I don't know.
Sometimes you're like real slow. And
I like
laugh watching you
microtransactions
play.
only in terms of because
Especially when things are kind of slow in the game and you're
Because
just
I'm
kind
like
of
zombified.
It's like here's your character and I'm like doing this number right here, like I'm moving back and forth, and yours is just.
Yeah, I'm just like walking in a straight line, like cool.
I like buy skins or like loot crates if I know that I can go back and resell them. Like I've gotten a lot of people on my Fortnite account. They're like, "Hey, you selling your account?" And I'm like, thinking about it, but no.
Well, because like if you also think about the way Elite does it, if you get a skin for something you don't want, or you get a champion you don't want,
Yeah,
you can
just
trade it for blue essence or orange essence.
Yeah.
Like they have. A
It'll help
system
you
like
some other time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or you can re-roll for the
You
skin.
can also re-roll skins.
like
to,
the
get
last
units.
time I bought the last like 3 to 4 champions I've bought have all been earned off of blue essence out of chests.
Yeah.
Just trading in champions I don't want.
Yeah.
Which I'm completely okay with. I like the way they do it. I like the way Blizzard does it. But companies like EA that specifically aim to drain your pockets because they know you'll want the better shit that you can't earn except inside of loot boxes, they need to be monitored. They need to be fixed. They need to be corrected. It's bullshit.
I hate it.
And all pay-to-win transactions should go right out the fucking door. Those should not be a thing.
That's
Yeah.
just a really poor way to design.
Honestly,
a game.
pay to win is kind of dumb.
Why would you
Maybe not
design
money.
your game to be one just from giving?
Well, because
money.
even outside of the mobile market, you remember how I wanted to play Black Desert Online? It was supposed to be this RPG kind of like medieval fantasy type game.
Oh yeah,
A lot of the complaints on Steam are pay to win.
really.
You can pay to get better armor, better shit, to advance through levels faster. And people are like, I've put over 1,000 hours in this game, and there are people who just come in and buy shit and are instantly better than me. That shouldn't be legal. It
That's
should
like
not.
what was that stupid Fallout game? 76, 79.
76.
Yeah, 76.
69.
And it was like one of the things was like the Nuka-Cola system that they put in there, and everyone was just pissed about it.
The Nuka-Cola system, the Atom Store. Well,
The
'cause, like,
Atom Store, not the Nuka-Cola system, the Atom Store.
Well, because they eventually got to a point where apparently in one of the future updates, what Bethesda's going to bring, and it's only purchasable through the Atom Store,
Yeah.
you can buy a refrigerator for your camp so your food doesn't spoil as fast. You shouldn't be able to buy that. That should just be something you could craft by getting the parts because that would benefit your
Or at
entire...
least save up the money to get it.
Yeah. You shouldn't just be able to buy that to benefit your group.
See, and that's why I want... Hear me out here. Hold on. Bring it. The future needs to come, okay? Where there's a game where it's based off MMO and you can get a job where you go do quests and you get a reward system from doing that quest, get the money, and you can go buy whatever you want.
Kind of like the Rising of the Shield Hero, how he becomes a traveling merchant.
Yes,
he
it's
figures
like-
out how to make medicine and
Yeah,
sell it.
like
and
things
he
like
can
that. Like they
make
need
a
to
living.
hurry up and make a game like that so people that in MMOs are like, hey, there's a quest, you want to go do it, pays pretty well.
Well, see, and that's what was cool. And it's not a multiplayer game, but Skyrim had that system.
Yeah.
You could make armor, you could make weapons,
Sell
and
it.
you could sell it at a price and make money back for it just by shit you found and mined on your own. That's a cool concept. You are the worst, I swear. You should see this motherfucker in the movie theater. He leaves his fucking flash on taking a Snapchat.
Fucking annoying.
That happened one time.
3 times.
I've
I
seen
know
it
it
multiple times.
I haven't done it in the past like 4 or 5 movies I've gone to see. Shut
But
up.
I support it. I think microtransactions need to be held under a microscope and everything needs to be monitored. I really do.
They need to be
Don't fuck with
redone.
my Steam. Because I got skins I gotta sell, god damn it. I got people that are wanting my shit. And they take away that system, I'm gonna be pissed. I got an offer today, 500 keys. That's fucking good. I'll do it. That's fucking keys.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Well, we're gonna let
I'd
Tyler.
like to hear a little bit more about the keys.
Well, like, okay, so there's a skin that you want.
I was joking.
Well, go on, Tyler.
Yeah, I was just
He looks fucking stoned as
It was
shit.
like, how dare He's like, I just
But
wasted.
I will put that microphone where the sun don't shine.
I just wasted 30 more seconds of his time.
Well, anyways, let me just say it because Josh.
I will
wanted to hear
put the
it.
microphone where the sun don't shine.
So keys, Christian. So you saw the skin, right? You can trade someone for their keys.
No, come on, I'm hungry.
And it's
I'm
so
hungry.
hungry.
Let's chill. I'm hungry. I need to get some food in me.
All right,
You good?
outro this bitch. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've been delusional for the past 45
Yeah.
minutes. God damn it.
Tyler needs to go take a nap because his mangina hurts.
He was watching anime, if you were wondering.
It's been Gambling
Studying for
Gamer.
finals.
I swear, every time I go to the outro, I get interrupted. I swear.
Abdicate.
Punch him in his dick when we stop this shit.
This has been episode 11 of Views Beyond the News. We won't be here next week. We'll be here the week after. Next week's an off week. So, deuces.
Deuce.
Abdicate.
Hey, Christian, you recording this?
Yeah, I am.
All right, well, fuck off.